Moorlands Radio Sport, in association with Leek Building Society.
Could have been 8-0, couldn't it? 8-0, easily.
It could have been, yes, it could. They had so many chances, hit the woodwork twice, was it, or 3 times. Keeper made a couple of good, decent saves, and they missed some really gilt-edged opportunities at Leek Town. And for me, I think Ashby created too many opportunities at the other end, didn't they? They gave the ball away. Leek did occasionally in defence, and they allowed a better team would have taken those opportunities, I think, in a better way. Dino Visser had one particular save to make towards the end of the first half, and other opportunities were missed, I think. Would you agree, Dave?
Yes, I think absolutely agree that it could have been a hatful of goals, really. Tim Grice got 1 out of, was it 3 or 4 chances?
At least, probably more.
Yeah, but he certainly had 3 chances that I can remember that he should have scored from. He did take his goal well, but it was a typical Tim Grice goal, really, and he swept the ball home for the opening goal. But there were, as I say, 2 or 3 occasions the ball hit the woodwork, and also there were blocks made, especially in the opening stages of the first half. I think the worrying thing for me was there was a few too many chances given away. Unfortunately, Grouse wasn't on his best form, and apart from the shot from Ghana that was saved, and we've got Josh Brehaut here now, and he's got his mic in his hand already. He's had to put his cup of coffee or whatever it is down. Just water, not even stronger than that. We've been saying that it could have been 8. It could have been a lot more than it was. But it was one of those games, wasn't it, where I think Ashby started the game off with confidence and they were working hard in defence, and eventually he wore them down.
Yeah, we did, and I'm frustrated because it should have been. I wanted it to be 5, 6, 7, 8, and it could have been. It could have been. We missed so many chances. So I'm trying to look at the positive aspect of the number of chances we created versus obviously the conversion rate not being at the level it needs to be, because it made it sticky, didn't it? It made the game sticky for us in the second half. They've had a couple of opportunities where they've got in and around our penalty box, and the game became so open because in the second half they essentially just said, we're going to leave 3 up and just back that you're not going to score again, and if we can then, it became, they wanted it to be transitional. And the second goal was a well worked move where we actually showed a little bit more patience to build our way in, make that extra pass. We didn't do anything groundbreaking, we just passed our way into the box, using the simple fact that they had 3 up, meaning they can only defend with 7 outfield players. So in theory, there's space there to be as patient as you needed to be to score the extra goal. So we got the second goal, which obviously settled us down, but it really shouldn't have got to that stage, I don't think.
No, I mean the goal from Hurst was really well taken. It was well worked, wasn't it? It was a Northern Premier League Premier Division goal in the way it was worked.
Yes, yeah, no, it was. But again, it was quite simple in terms of it was 2 or 3 quick passes. These games can become difficult when you play against teams that are below the level that you're used to playing at, and that's no disrespect to them because they've come here and they've had a right good go at it, and obviously they've already beaten 2 Step 4 teams sort of en route to getting to today, so we knew there were no mugs, and they showed that. Obviously we scored the goal in the first half, which again was, once we actually, I think we picked up a second ball in around their box, on the corner box, we worked 2 or 3 passes, got down the side, and obviously it was a crossing that Gricey obviously got his 250th goal, which was buzzing for him for. But at that stage, he knows he should have been on the score sheet already, as should a couple of the others who missed obviously gilt-edged chances. Shentz has got a score, it's an open goal, he could have taken a touch. Wally gets in a 1v1 after, I think, the first goal as well. And obviously Gricey had already had 2 chances at the back post on either side. So, the game really should have been dead and buried, and that's something we know we have to improve. I sound like a broken record. We've spoke about it, haven't we, pretty much after every game. I don't think we've had a game yet where we haven't created at least 3 or 4 good chances, and you're never going to score 3 or 4 every week, but good chances, and obviously this is only the second time that we've registered more than the single goal in a game. We've got to get better at that.
In the commentary, we were a little bit concerned that maybe although your defence limited them to one real shot that Dino had to save, they were getting more chances than they probably should have had.
Yeah, you know, and they did. And again, that's the nature of the game when you've not put it to bed. You know, that confidence was with them. You know, that belief. They still believed they could get something. So they continued to make that extra 5 yards of running. That if we got those goals earlier on, they wouldn't have. You know, their belief would have gone, and it would have become a much more enjoyable afternoon. You know, in terms of that second half.
Yeah, you made a couple of changes. Was that purely to give some experience and game time to the players who came in?
Yeah, listen, Ty obviously did well in pre-season for us. We haven't been able to get him the minutes thus far. You know, with the personnel that we've had available to us, obviously he's a similar type to Shentz and obviously Brendan, who also likes occupying those similar types of spaces. So we played him up there today with Gricey, and again he showed some nice touches. Obviously Gricey came back into the team and got his goal. So yeah, there was obviously a couple of changes that we made there, and Woolley came into the team, obviously having impacted the game positively in the second half, along with Nath, who obviously came on. And I would have liked to have got Nath some more minutes today, to be fair, in that position again. But again, albeit it was only 10 minutes, I was really pleased with how he actually came on, and just he's got this knack of getting in behind. He times his runs well. You know, he stayed on side too many times today. The flag was going up, which it didn't need to. Again, not something that we hadn't spoke about, but again, it was almost like they were gambling. It was almost like they knew they couldn't make it, so they were just, incredibly aggressive and kind of got lucky at times with some of the decisions. But we made the changes for today, but took it very, very seriously. You know, we fielded 8 of the 11 that started on Monday.
Yeah, and just coming back to Okome, I liked when he came on that he actually told Brendan, who's a far senior player in terms of experience, I'm playing there, you're playing there.
Yeah, well, listen, I think from that point of view, we obviously want leaders, don't we? We want 11 leaders out on the pitch, and obviously that would be an instruction that I passed on to him to pass over around. When he's on the pitch, that gives Brendan a bit more license to obviously find pockets of space where he can obviously do his real damage. So, but yeah, obviously still an area that we're looking. We spoke about that on Monday, and obviously we just have to see what the next week brings.
At the end of the day, this was a potential banana skin. They got a goal scorer who's in form in Grouse, and you handled him really well, I think. But you got over the line. No matter, you could have got over the line more easily, but it was a potential banana skin. Yeah,
listen, I hold the players to the highest of standards, and I've just said to them there about not allowing my mood to dampen theirs, because they have ultimately ticked the box, achieved the objective, got through the game, with a clean sheet intact, and ultimately, like you've said, cup competitions are about making sure you're in the hat come Monday. So we've achieved that, haven't we?
And you'll obviously want a step 5 club at home in the next round, won't you? You'll be looking in the draw.
Not sure whether we want it at home or away, based on how we've performed away so far. But no, listen, we've said again this in the past. You get what you get. I believe step 3 is still the highest level at this stage of the competition, of which I think there was a few step 3 games today, wasn't there, against certainly teams in our league.
And 1 or 2 have gone as well.
Yeah. So, but listen, I mean, at the end of the day, we know now in 2 weeks' time we'll be playing in that game, whoever that may be. But we've obviously got 2 games before that are going to be huge challenges. Really, really big opportunities for us that we're looking forward to. We're 6 games in, and we've had a few days to reflect now on how we've done. And obviously the next 2 against Worksop and Hyde will be, teams that would definitely expect to be in and around that playoff picture, if not obviously title contenders. So to play those 2 teams in a short space of sort of a Saturday, Tuesday turnaround with then another FA Cup game to come is exciting, and that's what it's about, isn't it? That's what we achieved last year, and we earned that right to play against teams of that ilk, so we're looking forward to them.
The good thing is no replay, so you've got a few days to not exactly rest, but at least to reflect.
It's important, I think, that Dave, a training week. We've not had a full training week yet. Since the start of the season, we've only had the Thursday night, so to actually have a Tuesday, Thursday in preparation for next Saturday, I think it's important, both mentally and physically. So yeah, no, I think it's something that we're really pleased to have avoided as well.
One positive maybe from Worksop, they did win again today, but Wedgbury was sent off, got a red card, and presumably he'd be suspended for next week. So that would have taken will alter your plans a little bit, because I know Wedgbury from old days in Macclesfield is a quality midfielder.
Okay, well, I don't know too much about them. I mean, we'll be doing the work this week on them. I know obviously there's a few in the dressing room who've played against them previously in what would have been, was it a trophy game or an FA Cup game? Obviously I think they'll be coming here for the revenge of Goldgate or whatever they call it. So listen, but they're filled with quality, obviously. I know that much. Very experienced team. Every team that I've played them so far, that I've heard managers speak about them, a very experienced team who know how to play. That maybe don't actually get the credit they deserve for being a good team, as well as being very physical, direct. But I think they've got players that can really play as well. They can mix it up. So yeah, it's going to be a huge test. But one we're looking forward to.
I'm sure you are, and we're looking forward to being here commentating on it. And many congratulations, Raj.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
That's the Leek Town.